Once upon a time, in a vast and ancient forest surrounded by towering cliffs, the animals all knew one unbreakable rule: never challenge the king of the skies. This king was the great eagle, a creature of unmatched strength and speed, feared by all creatures below. With sharp talons and piercing eyes that could spot a mouse from miles away, the eagle was the master of the air, ruling with grace and power. Yet for all his might, he was fair, only hunting the smallest and weakest animals that could not defend themselves. He rarely even noticed chickens, who spent their days scratching the ground and clucking about. But one year, during the forest's annual harvest festival, something strange and bold stirred in one particular chicken. The animals gathered under the golden autumn leaves for their yearly feast, a rare time of peace when even the most fearsome animals shared food instead of competing for it. There, amid the celebration, was a certain chicken named Cluckle. She was small, scrappy, and, some might say, a bit too full of herself. Cluckle had recently learned to flap her wings and lift off the ground a few feet, an achievement that thrilled her to no end. As she strutted around, showing off her newfound skill, she noticed the other chickens whispering and laughing. But she took this as admiration rather than amusement. "Look at me," she called, fluttering her wings with gusto. "I may be small, but I can fly as high as the great eagle. In fact," she said, her voice rising, "I could probably outfly him if I really tried." The animals fell silent, shocked by her boast. They all knew how dangerous it was to challenge the eagle, even in jest. As whispers spread through the crowd, Cluckle grew nervous, but her pride wouldn't let her back down. "What?" she clucked. "You don't believe me? Just watch." And with that, she leaped into the air and flapped her wings as hard as she could. She rose a few feet, wobbling, then fell back to the ground. The other animals burst into laughter, some clucking in mock encouragement, while others warned her to stop. But far above them, perched on a rocky outcrop, the great eagle watched, his keen eyes narrowing as he heard Cluckle's words. Normally, he paid little attention to the forest's noise, but tonight was different. He had seen many animals boast before, but never had a creature so small dared to compare herself to him. The eagle spread his wings, casting a great shadow over the festival as he swooped down. All fell silent, even the laughter. Cluckle froze as the mighty bird landed before her, his eyes piercing straight into hers. "So," he said in a deep, steady voice that echoed through the trees, "you think you can outfly the king of the skies?" Cluckle gulped. She could feel every eye upon her, every ear hanging on her response. Her heart pounded, and every instinct told her to bow down and apologize. But pride, a foolish yet relentless force, kept her from backing down. "Yes, I could," she stammered, her voice wavering but audible. The eagle's eyes glinted with challenge. "Very well," he said, his voice both mocking and amused. "We shall race, tomorrow at dawn, and if you lose, you will owe me something." "What? What would I owe you?" Cluckle asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "Your wings," the eagle replied smoothly, his tone leaving no room for negotiation. As the eagle took off, the animals whispered anxiously, some shaking their heads, others wondering if they'd ever see Cluckle again. As the crowd dispersed, Cluckle felt a chill of fear, but it was too late to take back her words. The night passed slowly for Cluckle. She couldn't sleep. Every rustle and hoot made her jump. The sky was turning a faint shade of purple when she finally drifted off, only to be awakened by the loud, echoing call of the eagle from his cliff above. The animals gathered once more, the excitement now tinged with nervousness. Cluckle tried to stay confident, but seeing the eagle perched on the cliff, his massive wings outstretched, her heart sank. She knew, deep down, she had no chance against him. The race began with the eagle launching himself into the air with grace and ease. Cluckle took off too, flapping as hard as she could. The eagle rose quickly, his wings slicing through the air, while Cluckle could barely lift herself more than a few feet. After several minutes, the eagle was a mere dot in the sky, and Cluckle, breathless, fell back to the ground. She looked up, barely able to make him out, feeling both humiliated and terrified. She had failed miserably and was now at the mercy of the eagle. When he returned, the eagle landed with a quiet, powerful thud beside her, his shadow stretching across her small, quivering body. "You lost, as we both knew you would," he said, his voice quiet and cold. "And now, you owe me." Cluckle's heart raced as she realized the gravity of her words. In desperation, she clucked a feeble, "I didn't mean it. I was only joking." But the eagle was unmoved. "Pride is a dangerous thing," he said slowly. "If I were to let you go, others might think it's wise to challenge me as well. No, your debt must be paid." With that, he spread his wings again, a signal that he was about to take what was owed to him. In a desperate bid to escape, Cluckle darted into the dense forest, her small form darting between roots and low-hanging branches. The eagle took flight, his keen eyes following her every movement from above, his patience endless. The forest held its breath as the chase began. Day after day, Cluckle hid in the thickest brambles, only coming out when she was sure the eagle was nowhere in sight. But every time she ventured into the open, she felt his shadow passing over her, his call echoing through the trees. The eagle had not forgotten her. He hunted her not out of hunger, but as a reminder to all others that a debt owed to him was a debt that would be paid. Weeks turned to months, and the story of Cluckle and the eagle became a legend among the forest creatures. Chickens learned to avoid the open sky, always hiding under bushes, wary of the eagle's shadow passing overhead. And so, to this day, the eagle carries off chickens whenever he sees them. Some say he's still looking for Cluckle, never having fully satisfied his pride. Chickens, in turn, never stray far from cover, haunted by the story of Cluckle, the boastful bird who dared to challenge the king of the skies and paid a lifelong price.